We're talking Boston real estate. I'm joined right now by the Executive Vice President of Gibson Sotheby's, Michael Carucci. Michael, thank you for stopping by.
Good to be here.
And there's a lot of trends right now in Boston real estate. People are moving into the city, and they're not really moving out.
Well, we are experiencing the live, work, play phenomenon that we've talked about. And what we've found is young families who normally would go out to some of the Tony suburbs are now electing to stay in the city and raise their children.
And that was not always the case. It is a fairly recent trend. Schools are growing in the city. I know Millennium Tower, you were saying before, has close to 100 families living in it.
The Montessori school at Millennium, I believe, doubled in size strictly because of that development. And I think that young families like the convenience of living in the city. I think they're fed up with the commuting times. I think that they want the convenience of live, work, play.
And what's interesting is those families that did move out, right, and the baby boomers, and now the children have graduated from school and gotten married, moved away, they're coming back.
Yeah, it's interesting because you've got the suburban families that have the classic empty nesters, and they've raised their families. They're now empty nesters and they're in the retirement mode. So whether it's Florida, whether it's retirement, or whether it's coming into the city, and what you normally would see is those homes would be absorbed by the young families. And that's not to say that that's not happening, but it's happening at a slower pace. And what was the driving force? Obviously, school systems, the white picket fence, more space, a yard. But I think that there is more of a desire for convenience than there was before.
With real estate being in the news all the time, a lot of times people are questioning a bubble, right? Prices in the city keep going up. Where are they going to stop? Are we going to hit a bubble? I think one of the main reasons why the prices continue to go up is for that exact reason that we're talking about, is that people aren't leaving and the empty nesters are coming in. It's a great city to be in. It has a lot to offer.
Well, Boston has become an international city, and for those that have been in Boston for a long time, especially in the real estate industry, we're of the position that what took so long. We have the best schools in the world. We have the best medical hospitals in the world. And the developments like the new Four Seasons, we're one of only 10 cities in the world that can support 2 Four Seasons. The development of Seaport, it's really put the Boston on the map globally as a really true global destination point.
Are you nervous about a bubble?
I think that real estate is cyclical. I think that there is an awful lot of units being built, and then the question becomes who's going to live in these units. Jobs are always a function of housing. Interest rates is another function of housing. So I think I'd be a little cautious. I'm a location type of a person. I would prefer to put my clients in a more stable location. That means you're going to pay a little bit more. But if there is a downturn, you have a little bit more protection. But we'll see. I think we're probably in the 8th inning of this particular cycle.
In your group over at Gibson Sotheby's sells a lot of high-end luxury real estate. How are you seeing that market hold right now? Is it holding up?
It is. Yeah. There is a strong demand for good quality trophy assets. There is a lot of equity and monies out there, and there is no safer haven than bricks and mortar real estate in really good urban locations.
I think a lot of people right now are concerned about the market and direction, or not sure which way things are going. Real estate is a safe harbor, especially for a lot of people that are outside of the country. A lot of international buyers purchasing in Boston.
Yeah, and we've seen the cycles. There's a great Asian influence right now in United States real estate and Boston real estate in general. Years ago, that was more of a Russian influence, and before that, more of a Saudi influence. And so the cycles turn, as far as international money flowing into the United States and into Boston. But typically, the world sees the U.S. and Boston in general as a pretty safe haven and safe investment.
In regards to right now, for those buyers out there that are thinking about purchasing in the city right now, it's a great time to buy.
Do it.
Right?
Absolutely. Interest rates are historically low. Demand is historically high. I think it's something you should consider, yes.
And if our followers would like to contact you directly, what's the best website?
www.bostonrealestate.net.
Thank you, Michael.
My pleasure.
And remember, we have more real estate tips just like this one right here on Real Estate Talk Boston.